When it comes to defense, the US doesn't just stay ahead of the curve, it creates the curve. No other nation on the planet, or even a combination of them, can compete with America's relentless investment in military research and development. Fueled by an unparalleled drive to minimize casualties, fierce competition among defense innovators, and a unique openness to new ideas, the US continually pushes the boundaries of what's possible on the battlefield. Here are 7 game-changing breakthroughs that prove why the US remains untouchable in the race for military dominance. Number 1. The Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider. From the earliest days of aviation, aircraft have reshaped the nature of warfare. When airplanes first entered the battlefield during World War I, they were used for reconnaissance, gathering crucial information without risking troops on the ground. However, it didn't take long for combat aviation to evolve. By World War II, bombers became the terror of the skies, capable of striking deep into enemy territory with devastating precision. This aircraft brought a new dimension to warfare, allowing for long-range strikes, air superiority, and aerial combat that could change the tide of conflict. Fast forward to the present, and this evolution has reached its pinnacle with the B-21 Raider, ushering in a new era of stealth, precision, and dominance that keeps US enemies guessing. The B-21 was conceived to address the future of warfare, a battlefield defined by the next-generation threats that require unmatched precision, undetectability, and global reach. With how increasingly sophisticated US adversaries are getting, bringing advanced anti-access area denial A2AD systems to the table, the US can no longer solely rely on traditional aircraft. It needs the B-21, a bomber designed to penetrate those heavily defended zones, delivering both conventional and nuclear payloads deep into high-end threat environments. For this reason, this bomber is a critical part of modernizing the US Air Force's aging fleet, replacing older aircraft like the B-1 Lancer and the B-2 Spirit, which, despite their effectiveness, are showing signs of wear in an increasingly complex global security environment. But what makes the B-21 a worthy replacement for these heavyweights? Well, the B-21 Raider isn't just another stealth bomber. It's a 6th-generation stealth aircraft, combining over 3 decades of strike and stealth technology into a single, powerful platform. What sets it apart is its ability to operate undetected in contested environments where enemy radar and defenses are most concentrated. Northrop Grumman, the B-21's developer, has continually refined its stealth capabilities, using state-of-the-art materials and advanced manufacturing technologies to ensure the Raider can outmaneuver and outlast just about any detection system. Best of all, its open system architecture means that the B-21 will evolve alongside its threats. Unlike previous bombers that required significant upgrades or block changes, the B-21 can integrate new technologies, sensors, and weapon systems without major overhauls, compared to the B-2, which can take over 60 hours of maintenance for every hour in the air. The B-21's streamlined design and open architecture could cut that time significantly, ensuring more time in the sky and less time in hangars. This flexibility will also ensure that the Raider will remain a cornerstone of US air power for decades to come. Now let's throw some numbers into the mix to help you understand just how impressive the B-21 truly is. While the B-2 Spirit, introduced in the 1990s, had a hefty price tag of over $2 billion per aircraft, the B-21 is designed with cost efficiency in mind, coming in at $692 million per unit in 2022 dollars. That's a massive reduction in cost, achieved through digital engineering and streamlined production processes, but without compromising on performance or capability. This silent Raider can carry up to 30,000 pounds of both nuclear and conventional weapons, making it one of the most versatile bombers in the world. Now, 30,000 pounds is actually less than half the payload capacity of the B-52 Stratofortress, which can carry up to 70,000 pounds. However, it's the B-21's stealth and advanced technology that makes it far more lethal, enabling it to strike deep into enemy territory undetected, a trade-off that sacrifices war firepower for mind-blowing survivability. It's also important to note that a single B-21 can deliver the same impact as several F-35As. Now, when we say deep into enemy territory, how deep are we talking? For now, that's classified. However, estimates suggest that the B-21 will have an unfueled range exceeding 6,000 miles, allowing it to reach virtually any target on the globe. The B-21 leaves very few places for America's enemies to hide. Number 2, the long-range hypersonic weapon, also known as Dark Eagle. In today's rapidly evolving geopolitical landscape, the balance of military power is constantly shifting. Both Russia and China have made significant strides in developing hypersonic weapons, technology capable of bypassing even the most advanced missile defense systems. These weapons are not only fast, but also maneuverable, making them nearly impossible to intercept. How fast exactly? Well, hypersonic missiles can travel at speeds exceeding Mach 5, 5 times the speed of sound, which equates to over 3,800 miles per hour. From this information alone, it's abundantly clear that maintaining global military superiority is no longer guaranteed without countering these technological advances. So that's precisely what the US has done. The long-range hypersonic weapon, LRHW, ominously dubbed Dark Eagle, is America's response to these emerging threats. This missile, with its unparalleled speed, range, and precision, is designed to engage critical targets, such as A2AD systems, which are key to neutralizing the long-range capabilities of the enemy. The development of Dark Eagle has been a joint effort between Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman, with the Army and Navy closely collaborating to ensure seamless integration across multiple platforms, including ships, submarines, and ground launch systems. A quick look at the Dark Eagle's specs will make you think you've somehow wandered into a sci-fi movie of sorts, but there's no science fiction here, just the cutting edge of military innovation ready to redefine warfare. At its core, the LRHW consists of a ground-launched missile paired with a hypersonic glide body, all backed by sophisticated transport, support, and fire control systems. This next-generation marvel can soar at hypersonic speeds exceeding 3,800 miles per hour, launching from a transport vehicle deep into enemy territory. To put this speed into perspective, the Dark Eagle could cover the distance from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles in less than 40 minutes. What makes the LRHW so undetectable and unstoppable is its unpredictable path. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles, which follow a predictable arc that can be tracked and anticipated, the Dark Eagle employs advanced maneuverability techniques that allow it to alter its trajectory mid-flight. This dynamic flight profile confounds enemy radar systems, making it nearly impossible for US adversaries to gauge its final destination. And thanks to the mind-boggling range of at least 2,000 nautical miles, the final destination could be just about anywhere. Besides speed, range, and unpredictability, we must also mention the LRHW's altitude. The Dark Eagle is designed to remain at the edge of space, adding to its stealth capabilities. Operating at such high altitudes, the Dark Eagle slips through the thin layers of the atmosphere, rendering conventional detection methods utterly ineffective. Once unleashed, it reaches the upper atmosphere, evading air and missile defenses until the moment of impact, and by then, it's too late for US adversaries to respond. And as if all these impressive characteristics aren't enough, we still have one more to cover: flexibility. The Dark Eagle can deliver both conventional and nuclear munitions, making it versatile in any scenario, from a surgical strike to a full-scale deterrence mission. A single LRHW battery consists of 4 transporter erector launchers, each mounted on a modified M870A4 trailer, and each launcher can fire 2 hypersonic missiles. This means that a full battery can deploy 8 missiles at a time, more than enough to overwhelm most enemy defenses. Number 3, the Glide Phase Interceptor. As previously mentioned, the US isn't the only global power tirelessly working on hypersonic missiles. This means that this weapon is both an unprecedented tool in America's military arsenal and an unprecedented threat to its dominance. That's why the US also needs the ultimate guardian, a system ready to neutralize the danger posed by rogue states and rival powers. Enter the Glide Phase Interceptor, the GPI. The GPI is a purpose-built missile defense system designed to detect, track, control, and engage hypersonic threats during the critical glide phase of their flight. If you aren't familiar with the intricacies of missile defense, the glide phase is the second critical phase of a hypersonic missile's path. The first is the boost phase, when the missile is first propelled into the atmosphere, while the third is the terminal phase, when the missile descends toward the target. The glide phase is a pivotal moment in a hypersonic missile's trajectory. It's when the missile reaches an incredible speed and altitude and begins unpredictably gliding towards its target. This phase is particularly vulnerable, yet also challenging to intercept due to the missile's high velocity and maneuverability. The Glide Phase Interceptor is meticulously engineered to capitalize on this critical window. How so? The GPI is equipped with breakthroughs in tracking technology, boasting impressive hit-to-kill accuracy against fast-moving targets. This interceptor also features both low and high-altitude capabilities, allowing it to engage threats across a wide range of operational environments. The GPI can also be launched incredibly quickly thanks to an energy-flexible propulsion system designed for maximum efficiency. This characteristic enables rapid response and adaptability to various hypersonic threats. The GPI program is a collaborative effort between the United States and Japan, spearheaded by the US Missile Defense Agency. Northrop Grumman was selected for the development of this next-generation technology, a decision hailed as a significant turning point for hypersonic glide phase defense. Leveraging more than 6 decades of Northrop Grumman's proven missile defense capabilities, the GPI is sure to emerge as a vital asset, poised to bridge the gap in missile defense architecture. Northrop Grumman has also ensured that the GPI has a modular and open systems architecture. This design facilitates easy upgrades and compatibility with existing systems, including the Aegis weapon system, ensuring that the GPI can evolve in line with technological advancements. This also means that the GPI supports swift reloads and can be easily integrated with new software, maintaining operational readiness amid dynamic threat landscapes. With the ability to engage threats across vast distances, the GPI will substantially extend the US military's defense perimeter. It will also enhance the country's defense landscape by providing an essential layer of protection that counters an evolving array of high-speed threats. What does this mean for the US military? By revolutionizing the country's defensive posture against hypersonic threats, the US will ensure comprehensive protection for the homeland and allied nations. This capability will not only deter potential adversaries, but also strengthen the US military's credibility and readiness on the global stage. In a world where threats are constantly evolving, the GPI is not just a response, it's a proactive measure, safeguarding freedom and security for generations to come. Number 4. The LGM-35 Sentinel. In an era marked by the resurgence of nuclear threats, the need for a robust and modern nuclear deterrent has never been more critical. With Russia consistently holding the threat of nuclear annihilation over its political adversaries and China's rapid military expansion raising alarms across the Pacific, the US faces the urgent need to rise to the occasion and bolster its strategic defenses. That's where the LGM-35 Sentinel, originally called the Ground-Based Strategic Deterrent, comes into play. The LGM Sentinel is a land-based intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM) system, poised to serve as the cornerstone of the US nuclear triad. Besides the land-based ICBMs, the triad in question comprises strategic bombers and submarine-launched ballistic missiles, each serving as a critical pillar in deterring adversarial threats. The Sentinel is designed to replace the aging LGM-30 Minuteman III system, which has been operational for over 5 decades. While the Minuteman III has proven its reliability, its underlying infrastructure has largely remained unchanged since its inception in the 1970s. And of course, the nuclear threats haven't changed much either, and probably won't. That's why the Sentinel promises to modernize this leg of the triad, ensuring that the US military can effectively respond to contemporary and future threats. And that's precisely where the Sentinel program's inception is rooted, the need for modernization. Northrop Grumman was again the one to take this ambitious project on back in 2020, having been awarded a sole source contract worth $13.3 billion. This ambitious project has also involved collaboration with multiple subcontractors, including industry giants like Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, and Honeywell, among others. That should tell you just how critical this program is to US national security and defense strategy. Each partner contributes specialized knowledge and technology that boosts the system's overall capabilities, from advanced materials and manufacturing processes to cutting-edge software and missile guidance systems. So what have these combined defense powerhouses come up with? A quantum leap in missile technology, that's what. Adaptable, versatile, safe, reliable. Those are just some of the adjectives that describe the Sentinel, assuring the US citizens and allies and maintaining global stability for decades to come. As always, let's talk numbers to paint a better picture of the Sentinel's masterful performance. The LGM-35 Sentinel is designed with an impressive range exceeding 6,000 miles. This ensures it can effectively reach strategic targets around the globe while delivering a payload of up to 300 kilotons of explosive yield. For comparison's sake, the bombs that hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 had yields of approximately 15 and 21 kilotons respectively. It goes without saying that a 300 kiloton yield ensures that no US adversary can operate or even think about operating with impunity. If necessary, the 60-foot-long Sentinel can be launched within minutes. This is made possible by a maintained state of alert, which allows the US to counter any imminent threat. Once launched, the Sentinel relies on cutting-edge GPS and inertial navigation systems to aim for a circular error probability of less than 165 feet. This level of precision means that the missile can accurately hit any target while minimizing collateral damage. The Sentinel's design also incorporates advanced security features to protect against cyber threats and unauthorized access. Throw its hardened silos and mobile launch options into the mix, and you'll understand just how survivable this system is against potential preemptive strikes. Like most technologies on our list, the Sentinel is also designed to adapt to emerging threats, ensuring that it remains effective against a rapidly evolving landscape of nuclear and conventional warfare. But that's just one of the factors that make this next-generation technology stand out. The unique combination of improved accuracy and range, cost-effectiveness, and modern infrastructure sets the Sentinel apart from its predecessors, as well as other systems around the globe. All these impressive specs make the LGM-35A Sentinel more than just a missile. The Sentinel is nothing short of a shield of freedom, a guardian of peace, and a beacon of resolve in the face of aggression. Number 5. The Helmet-Mounted Radar. Cutting-edge military technology isn't only about massive destructive attack systems that dominate the battlefield, it's also about the nuanced innovations that enhance the effectiveness and safety of US troops. The helmet-mounted radar represents a prime example of how smaller, yet equally impactful advancements can redefine the dynamics of modern warfare. Before the inception of radar, detecting enemy movements was akin to playing a dangerous game of hide-and-seek, with troops relying on binoculars and the naked eye to spot incoming threats. This method was not only inefficient but perilous, particularly during cloudy days. The breakthrough came in 1935 with a scientific paper detailing the mechanics of radar, bouncing radio waves off solid objects to reveal hidden dangers. By 1938, the first radar system was erected, a network of towering 360-foot structures designed to guard the British skies. Fast forward to the present day, and the military has managed to trade in those sky-high towers for the helmet-mounted radar that can fit snugly on a soldier's head. Yes, thanks to the marvel of science, we've gone from a 360-foot monument to a compact device that makes you look like a sci-fi character on a budget. Who knew military innovation could shrink so dramatically? But let's put its compact size to the side. What does the helmet-mounted radar actually do for the soldier wearing it? Simply put, this new generation of helmet-mounted radar systems signifies a monumental leap forward in soldier capabilities. This technology doesn't just augment a soldier's vision, it fundamentally changes the dynamics of ground combat. With the integration of tactical augmented display technologies, these helmets essentially become the soldier's eyes and ears on the battlefield. Real-time data is now at their fingertips, displayed directly in their line of sight, enabling rapid decision-making that can mean the difference between life and death. The revolutionary aspect of these systems lies not just in the technology, but how they empower soldiers, enhancing their operational capabilities in ways previously unimaginable. But what capabilities are we referring to? Number 1. Detecting movements and threats through solid structures, such as walls and other obstacles, is now possible. That means no more guessing what's waiting on the other side. It's right there, in plain sight. Number 2, in the chaos of urban combat, where the landscape is densely packed with structures, soldiers can now keep their eyes everywhere at once, thanks to near 360-degree situational awareness. No more blind spots, no more surprises lurking in the periphery. It's like having eyes in the back of your head, and on the sides, and maybe even above. Number 3, with real-time targeting data fed directly into the helmet's display, soldiers can lock onto threats faster and more accurately than ever before. This precision reduces reaction time, ensuring quicker responses in life or death situations. Number 4, there's no more need to fumble with GPS devices in the heat of battle. The helmet provides instant access to real-time maps and GPS coordinates, allowing soldiers to navigate complex environments effortlessly, keeping their focus and their hands solely on their weapons. And number 5, being seamlessly compatible with night vision systems. These helmets make sure the soldier's vision is uncompromised, even in low-light conditions. Whether in the dead of night or a dimly lit urban environment, the soldier's situational awareness remains sharp. With all these capabilities in mind, it's easy to see why helmet-mounted radar systems made the list. With this cutting-edge technology, US soldiers are sure to remain an unstoppable force, highly equipped to face the unpredictable nature of modern warfare. Number 6. Lethal Autonomous Weapon Systems. When talking about lethal autonomous weapon systems, or LAWS for short, it's easy to conclude they're the scariest sounding drones or robots. But here's the truth. The power of these systems isn't in individual weapons, it's in the underlying technology that drives them. The real next-generation shift lies in the ability of these systems to independently gather information, make decisions, and act, thus changing warfare from reactive to proactive. But what are LAWS in the first place? LAWS are a blend of artificial intelligence, or AI, advanced sensors and robotics designed to take humans out of the most dangerous parts of combat. How? Well, it's simple really. They can identify, engage, and neutralize targets with little to no human control. That's why they're called autonomous weapon systems. However, humans still play a role in these systems, but a role that's evolving. Instead of micromanaging every action, human operators guide these systems from afar, monitoring multiple missions simultaneously, making high-level decisions and providing oversight. In other words, the human role is more strategic and focused on setting parameters and objectives rather than pulling the trigger. Of course, the ultimate goal is for these systems to operate entirely independently, allowing them to function in areas with degraded communications or without any direct human intervention at all. Although they have the word lethal in their name, these autonomous systems aren't just about launching missiles or dropping bombs. They also incorporate continuous real-time data analysis, environmental awareness, and decision-making processes. Take Anduril's Ghost drone as an example. This portable and waterproof system, equipped with cutting-edge AI algorithms, provides real-time surveillance and intelligence, even in difficult weather conditions and various operating environments. However, this unique 37-pound drone also comes with multi-payload carriage and flexible mounting options that allow it to adapt to a wide range of mission requirements, including precision strikes. A more futuristic example of the lethal autonomous weapon systems is the so-called swarming tactic. Imagine hundreds or even thousands of small unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, working together like a hive mind, communicating with each other, updating tactics in real time, and overwhelming the enemy defenses. The US Special Forces actually found themselves on the receiving end of this swarm approach back in 2016 when fighting to reclaim Mosul from ISIS. However, this was on a much smaller scale, and still these drones were labeled the US military's most daunting problem. Now just think what smarter, more capable drones attacking en masse can do to US enemies. Spoiler alert, they won't stand a chance. These drones and similar autonomous systems offer staggering benefits to the US military. That's why it's investing so heavily in them. For starters, with autonomous systems, a single soldier's effectiveness is multiplied. Where a mission might have required a battalion before, a few autonomous systems now suffice. These systems extend the reach and allow the US military to operate across broader terrains beyond human limitations. In the case of autonomous planes, they can perform extreme maneuvers without the risk of pilot error, and their targeting precision is improving year by year. According to Air Force experts, unmanned aircraft could take out entire fleets with minimal ammunition, executing complex strategies faster than any human could manage. In situations requiring fast decision-making, these AI-driven systems can process vast amounts of data far faster than humans. In high-stress environments, human judgment might falter due to fatigue or confusion. It's only natural, but these systems won't. They maintain their precision, speed, and accuracy. Of course, autonomy isn't just about precision, it's also about economy. Unlike traditional, expensive military hardware, autonomous systems can be designed to be expendable, making them critical in future conflicts where quantity might outweigh quality. For instance, a Talon robot, a multi-purpose military system, costs roughly $230,000, significantly less than maintaining a soldier on the ground, which can run upward of $850,000 annually in places like Afghanistan. However, when all is said and done, one advantage of these systems always prevails, keeping US soldiers out of harm's way. Dangerous tasks like clearing minefields, neutralizing improvised explosive devices, or reconnoitering enemy positions can now be conducted by machines, avoiding putting the lives of US soldiers at risk. Number 7. Cyber warfare technologies. Much like the autonomous systems we just mentioned, cyber warfare technologies aren't merely individual weapons, but a collective force designed to achieve a strategic advantage on the battlefield and beyond. Just as swarms of drones can synchronize to deliver a powerful strike, cyber warfare operations work in concert, leveraging the interconnectedness of digital systems to disrupt and disable enemy operations. And in an age where information is as potent as firepower, the integration of such innovative technologies into military doctrine has never been more vital. That's why the cyber branch is poised to become one of the most in-demand sectors within the military. But what exactly does this branch do? The primary role of cyber warfare activities involves fortifying military networks against a myriad of cyber threats. This includes deploying advanced firewalls and intrusion detection systems that constantly monitor for vulnerabilities and unauthorized access. Cybersecurity specialists conduct thorough vulnerability assessments, proactively identifying weaknesses in the system before adversaries can exploit them. And given that some of America's fiercest adversaries are quite fond of cyber attacks, the importance of these defenses can't be understated. Additionally, prescriptive security technologies harness the power of artificial intelligence and automation to detect potential threats in real time, neutralizing them before they can inflict any damage. These measures are essential for protecting sensitive military data and ensuring the integrity of operations, because in the digital age, a single breach could spell catastrophe, turning the tide of war before a single shot is fired. On the offensive side, the cyber branch employs a range of strategies designed to disrupt and incapacitate enemy systems. Techniques include deploying malware and ransomware to cripple critical infrastructure, executing distributed denial-of-service attacks to overwhelm enemy networks, and conducting phishing campaigns to infiltrate and gather intelligence from adversarial organizations. These capabilities allow the US military to engage in information warfare, targeting not just military assets but also civilian infrastructure with a single goal: creating chaos and uncertainty. By incapacitating command and control networks or disrupting supply chains, offensive cyber operations can significantly hinder an enemy's ability to mount an effective defense. This form of warfare is particularly insidious, as it can be conducted without any traditional military engagement, allowing for strategic advantages without placing a single boot on the ground. It's also important to note that the ability to control digital information and disrupt essential services, such as power grids and communication networks, adds a psychological dimension to cyber warfare. By manipulating the information landscape and undermining public confidence, the US cyber operatives can exacerbate domestic tensions and sow chaos, helping the military take down even the most formidable opponents. Of course, the 2016 presidential election has demonstrated that the US can also be on the receiving end of such cyber manipulations, which only emphasizes the dual challenge ahead of the country: protecting its own systems while countering adversarial cyber actions aimed at degrading the US operational capabilities. In the rapidly evolving theater of conflict, victory will increasingly hinge on who can dominate the cyber realm. So far, the US has been rather successful in sharpening its digital sword, ready to strike where the enemy least expects it. So there you have it, the top 7 next-generation technologies that strike fear in US enemies. Do you agree with our list, or is there a technology you would like to add? Perhaps something like the US Navy's laser weapon system or next-generation combat gear? Share all your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Now go and check out most deadly US military weapons in 2024, or click this other video instead.